Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, Group Business Opportunity Week number 8 commences. Investing strategies, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to join forces? That's right. We have things in play where it's a group economic session, and we're still going to talk about that tonight. And congratulations to everybody that already got in on the 1 node. Let's see what happens with number 2 node. We're going for it. It already has started. And once again, we have a lot to talk about because it's the SSN Nation Wednesday Night live stream where members only with the icon can be in the chat room. Everybody else can watch. And welcome. Stop struggling now. Gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here again on the SSN Nation Wednesday Night live stream. And in case you don't know what I mean by members only chat, well, if you're a member of the channel, that means you have an icon next to your name. And that means you can be on the Wednesday night live stream and in the chat room. That also means you can join me on the live stream. You get a special link. It's under the community tab. So you can come in and talk. You don't have to show your face. You can show an icon. So that makes it nice, and talk about anything you want to talk about. That's beautiful as well. So again, we got a lot to talk about as usual. Investment strategies, how to make money in an inflationary environment. That's right. And the Feds met today. You guys know what's coming. An increase in interest rates. There's no way around it. All right. First of all, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell if you like what we're talking about, and hit the like buttons. That's so the YouTube gods know that we have someone in the house watching. And if you are able to be in the chat room tonight, please let me know if you saw the trailer and or received the YouTube notification. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's see who's in the house right now. Professor Auntie Val. That's right. AKA Auntie Val's name is Professor in front of it, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday Night live stream where it's members only that can be in the chat room, those with the icons. And she's one of them. And she has her tagline with her today. Good evening, fam. And she's got that heart. Got that strength of the support going on, and she received a notification. That is very, very awesome. Good to hear. And so all of you, once again, Professor Auntie Val, we may have found the number 1 business opportunity of 2022. You guys have heard me talk about it. There's a couple up in the air. We're juggling them around. We'll soon find out. But all I know is some people said, you know what? I'm getting in. You can get in as a group or you can get in solo. We talked about it on Monday in the Money Making Monday live stream. And once again, please, if you want to become a member of the channel, there is a $sign near the chat room. That's all I know. I don't know anything else. Otherwise, you got to go to the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page, and you can also join to become a member. And Laverne Penix is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only that can be in the chat room. He has the icon and he's here. And he's also known as AKA Mr. Cool. He's in the house. He says his tagline, hello, SSN Nation. I hope all is well. Let's make some money. You know, I always get excited with that. And he received a YouTube notification as well. That is awesome. And before I forget, Miguel Army Retired's in the house. But before I welcome him in, down below in the description, you might want to go check that out also. Because not only are what we're talking about down there, there's things down there that's like earn free Bitcoin, mining using your computer or using your laptop or using your tablet or cell phone. That is down there because that's crypto tab. Then there's things like free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. Those are down below in the description. So you might as well get in on that if you haven't already. And there's several other things that we're going to be talking about tonight as well. But Miguel, Army retired veterans in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where he has the icon as well. And he says, good evening and God bless everyone. Good evening to you. God bless you and your family. And I got the notification. This is good. This is a record. 3 people in, 3 people saying they received a notification. Now, you just have to make sure you click subscribe and the all notification bell for starters. So hopefully you'll be getting that YouTube notification. We just never know. And in case you're not getting the YouTube notification, all right, please go down to the very bottom of the description and sign up for the newsletter. That's right. You'll notice there's connect with us, which means Instagram, Discord, and Twitter, Facebook, all over the place, right? So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get into this, shall we? Because you guys already know I've been very, very happy with what's been happening with the DebtBox node so far. But again, it's mining. We just sit back and relax, let it do its thing every day. And now Monday, we had 1 mining session. So we knew it was 485 XPLRs. In case you don't know what that is, that's a DebtBox node, which is backed by commodities. So I'm going to start out with that again tonight. And in fact, on Monday night, there were some people that may not have been watching. So I'm going to actually play the full 8-minute video. I think it's 8.5 minutes, but nonetheless, 8-minute videos where one of the co-owners or co-founders of the DebtBox is talking with Travis Flaherty, who's a networking type marketing guy, who's one of the top brand ambassador there. And so he actually does the promotion heavily, and he has additional people sign up because you can sign up for the DebtBox through IX Global at a wholesale price. So the point is, if you want to expose yourself to oil, natural gas, gold, silver, upcoming real estate, upcoming silver, and you want to get some new scanner technology where satellites are up in the air and you can actually find gold, silver, precious metals, oil, water, gas, you might want to get in on that. But the point is, there's aluminum, there's agriculture, there's different things that are going to be backed. And this is in the crypto space, meaning real world assets are backing the crypto. Unlike all these other crypto projects, generally 99.9% is backed by thin air. So therefore, these guys actually have commodities, which is what you want, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's see if they make it happen. They're making it happen for their first BGLD, which was oil. They found the oil using satellite technology. This is a beautiful thing. They're giving off the rewards, daily rewards for them. But all those people who got in November 21st for the first node project, and I shouldn't say all, I'm just going to say 300 to 1,000 people, they are millionaires because they were able to get in when the token price was 0.0001, right? Now that token price is a little more than that. But again, and they were able to get debt tokens, and the debt tokens are now $18. It also started at under a penny at one time. So this is why they were able to parlay their early investment when everybody was poo-pooing crypto. November 21st, you guys remember at the end of November, starting in November, things started going downhill for crypto, real estate, or not real estate, but stock market. All of a sudden, nobody really wanted to get involved with crypto. Well, guess what happened? Some people got involved with this product in crypto, these projects, and all of a sudden now there's a large percentage of those people that are doing well because they were able to get those early tokens, those early rewards, and they have a lot of them. So therefore, they can turn that into a lot more cash. All right, let's see who else is in the house. Victor Marrero's in the house. He's here tonight, getting ready to go on his 2-week journey to Europe. And he's still here, not even packing tonight. He's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only, members like him that can be in the chat room icon. Everybody else, you guys can watch. And he has one of 2 taglines tonight. This one, hi all, let's do this. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we do this. And without further ado, in fact, since he said let's do this, I'm going to talk because we have people here who invested in the node. So I might as well, I'm not going to do this every live stream, but because it's new, I might as well show everybody what we're talking about here, right? So why don't we go look in the back office and see what happened since Monday? Because remember, it's every 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is a new mining day. So now we have Monday, Tuesday until 8 p.m. So what do we have? 2 mining days, or is it 3? I can't keep track that way. But nonetheless, let's go see how many of these XPLR tokens have been dispersed in less than 3 days. Let's go check, shall we? And it's kind of cool. I mean, mining, this is what happens. So it's only relative later on down the road when you have accumulated enough of these where it's going to matter. So we're directly on the page. So you can see mining cycle, which I'm on a different screen than you guys. All right. I just wanted to make sure I can see myself on here. Here we go. So you guys can see right here, mining balance says 995. Okay, so that's about right. So it is 2 days. So it went Monday until 8 p.m. was one mining. The second day was Tuesday till 8 p.m. today. So that's 2. So in 2 days, 995 XPLR, and there's 24 XPLR starting the Wednesday cycle till Thursday. So it looks like 400. Yeah, it looks like it's getting 485. And some of you may be looking at the screen going, hey, Eric, this shows $5. Okay. But you guys have to understand 2 days, so $2.50 a day right now. But here's the most important part. It's not based on the most important part, which is the satellite is not even up. They're charging people for their technology right now, so they're getting a few of these thousands of dollars in, because a scan charge basically 75, 100,000, depending on what you're trying to do, 50,000. So that's like minimal. Once you put your own satellite up, and then you own the satellite, so you can rent space, and it's going to be expensive to rent space, and you're going to be doing these scans for who knows how many companies around the world. All over the world, they're going to be looking for this technology. They're going to be like, wait a minute, we can pinpoint this, save some money. Well, how much is that worth if you're talking about gold, silver, precious metal, oils, natural gas, water? That's worth a lot, in my opinion. If you put them all together, it's worth trillions, right? So to me, this is one of the best type of investments if this holds to fruition. Because again, I always pay caution. I play cautious because the situation is it's crypto, it's backed by assets. But as you know, any investment you make is always a risk. Just keep that in mind. But without that, we are still taking a risk. How big of a risk do you want to do? This node costs $1,250. All right. So you guys can see it for yourself. $1,250 is what it costs. Now, the node that we're trying to get, natural gas, the NatG, is $4,500. The faster nodes sell, the higher the price gets. All nodes started at $1,000 to give you an idea. So the natural gas is sold out about 60% of the nodes. So the price is now $4,500. And if you want to get in, $250 minimum for the group opportunity. That's it. And then your portion that you put in is percentage-wise. That's what you're going to get out of this. The new program, though, just so you guys know, the link is down below. I just made it plain and simple. January 15th, August 15th. That's what the two dates are. If you want to take out anything, you take them out on that day. And if you, or you can take it out January 15th and August 15th, or you can let it ride. But there is a let it ride fee of 0. But as soon as you try to take money out, you guys know what's going to happen. 10%. The company, not me, I'm not doing anything. The company takes out 10% for claiming, which is what basically all projects in the crypto space is trying to do now, right? So they're putting some portions towards, staff or whatever they're going to do. But the point is 10% is taken out. So that's why by claiming these tokens while they're worthless is not a good idea. And what I mean is we're in so early that these tokens you have, you never know what they could be worth later. You're going to be hurting if the token is worth, let's just say something crazy, $30, $60. And then you were too busy taking out you were losing 10% of 1,000 tokens, 10% of 2,000 tokens. You're going to be upset. You've been like, wait a minute, I could have had who knows how many tokens, thousands of tokens, and you just took it out early. But all I'm saying is August 15th and January 15th. Those are the two dates if you want to take out your percentage. So again, I'll make it simple for you. If somebody said, hey, you put in $250 and it's for the 1,250 node, right? That's 20%. So if you had 1,000, for instance, XPLR, that means you are entitled to 200 XPLR. That's 20% of 1,000. Now, 200, it's going to cost you 10% because the company, if you withdraw, takes out 10%. So you're going to be entitled to the value of 180 XPLR. All right. So just think about that. And that's the deal right there. So point is, there's a link down below. Go check out the 4,500 debt box node business opportunity, 250 increments, 250, 500, 750, or 1,000. Or the other thing is 1,250, 1,500, 1,750, 2,000. So again, we're trying to reach that 4,500 goal, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And you can find out some other information when you click on the link down below for the 4,500 debt box node business opportunity. All right. I'm excited because we're in the bag. It's happening. It's going down, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what else we got going on. Vanessa Gate is in the house, who also has talked about the other challenger to the #1 business opportunity of 2022, fingernails to go. She's in the house, and welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only that can be in the chat room, and she has the icon. That's why she's here. Hey, boss and SSN fam, can I retire now? Similar to Win Lambo? Is that what the deal is? Hey, in this era, I don't know if anybody's truly going to be able to retire because you guys have no idea where we are on our economic scale. United States of America is literally the Roman Empire. You guys, you got to understand this. The lifeline has already been 200 years. Do you not understand? 200 years ago, England, well, I don't even know if England was, I'm just going to say, you're going to have to fact check this though, but I'm just going to use this as an example. England was world currency. They owned places like Hong Kong, India, South Africa. They were the colonialists all over the world, owning places or continents and didn't want to give up the power, right? But they also had world currency at one time. Now, when world currency got taken away over to the United States, look what happened to England, right? The same thing's going to happen in America. There's cycles, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing changes. You have a government who needs extra money. Who are they going to get the money from? Governments are nothing. They're only an entity in name. They don't generate any money. Your ass, me, you, everybody else, we're the ones working hard out here. And this little profits that we make, we have to give them some money. like it's the mob coming into my joint saying, hey, we're allowing you to do business here without busting up your windows. So give us our fee. And you got a choice, either give them the fee or not. But either way, if you don't, you got problems. And in our case, if you don't give them your fee, the IRS is coming after you, or the state authorities are coming after you. Who knows who's coming after you, right? So you have to figure out a way to make more money as they decrease the value of the dollar. Go to zero, like every currency. So you have to figure out ways to make passive income while you're sleeping. And that's why she has the number 1 or number 2 investment opportunity of 2022. But can you guys imagine? Can you really imagine that you're in the right place at the right time? Lightning could strike twice in the same year? 2 opportunities that are off the charts? Now that would be awesome, wouldn't it? I think so. All right, we're going for the natural gas one then. That is correct, Victor Marrero. Does the Nat G node clock generates faster? No, they're all 24 hours. It's just that Nat G right now is at around 18,000 tokens because natural gas, they're actually generating revenue from the natural gas because when you're doing oil, there's a natural gas underneath and involved. So they're actually making money off the natural gas right now. Because remember, they have oil rigs in Nebraska, Nevada, Ghana, and I'm missing another place. And so that means there's natural gas coming up as well. So they're taking advantage. So that's why it's generating more. Remember, XPLR isn't out yet. For all intents and purposes, not the real deal. The real deal is putting that satellite up there where you have people paying $100,000, $200,000 to scan for how many X hours that they're going to scan, plus lending space to other people who's going to be paying you a monthly fee. So those monthly fees are not 20 grand. You follow what I'm saying? So that means they'll come up, and not only will the price, well, I shouldn't dictate pricing, but all I'm saying is not only will they have profits, but that means once they start generating revenue, then that means their token will become more valuable. So in theory, more people would say, hey, I want some of that token. So the price would increase. And then the values increase for everybody who got in early. And you have all these thousands of tokens, right? So that's how it all works. And that's why everybody who got in Nat G, that's why everybody's buying Nat G right now, because they're sitting there like, hey, this is just going to continue. How many of these royalties are they going to receive from all these companies? They're going to act like China, from what I understand, right? All these companies who come in and say, hey, we want you to see if you can find a gold vein over here. Hey, can you find some rhodium over here? Can you find some water? Apparently, there's no water around here. And in case you guys missed the video, there's a guy that owns, I don't know how many acres it is, in Nebraska. And a lot of people came to dig holes. He said over 90% of those holes were empty. He also said when the guys came with the scan system, they all started, he says, he goes, there's no water here. And the scanner, the scientist goes, yes, there's water here. He goes, no, there's no water here. I got to go get my irrigation stuff. And I don't remember what he said, maybe a half a mile away. And I'll bring all the irrigation so the water will come over here down to the mountain. The guy's going, forget about that. Just put this rig here because the water where it is, we need the rig here to help us with our digging. And next thing you know, the guy's in disbelief. He doesn't bring the irrigation. Next thing you know, the scientist and their scan equipment worked. They have water, they have oil, they have natural gas. How much is that all going to be worth? Well, I'll just put it in the scientist terms. He said over $1 trillion, because they also found rhodium, and I believe it was palladium or platinum. I can't remember the P, which one it was, but they found that too, all in this guy's land where 90% of this stuff is holes and people came out there wasting their money. And so it's off to the races. So they're just waiting. In a few months, allegedly, that satellite's going up, and that would be awesome. But we're going for the natural gas. Oil and gas go together. And so, therefore, if these guys are using the Nat G and they're using the satellite scan system, and they're going around the world and they're getting royalties off of other people's findings. I don't know where it ends, but I do know this. If they truly are like one of the few companies that have this, you can imagine how many companies are going to be knocking on their door and how much these guys can charge for this proprietary technology. That's going to be sweet. So anyhow, going into the site right now, looking for the crypto option. Let me see. Right on, Victor Marrero, USDT. If you want to join in, when you go to the checkout page, it'll be down there. You'll see at the very bottom after you sign up, then it'll say, hey, this is where we want to go. Now, if you want to do it yourself, because I know Victor Marrero, he likes to do things solo artist. There's nothing wrong with that because he goes, I want to buy a node straight out. You can do that. You don't have to join us. That's why there's IX Global down below. Please use that link. Now, when you try to sign up, it's going to cost you $15 as a member, where you can buy the node, or you can join in the fund where you pay $65 or $90 or $145. And then that way you can share a link like I have a link. And then you can earn residual when other people sign up and invest in nodes. You can do it that way. You don't have to join the group. You can actually do it yourself. And that's IX Global down below. Check it out. And then you can go over there. They're a separate entity that gets the debt box nodes at wholesale prices. So you can either go to the debt box and buy them nodes at 20 G's, $20,000 or $50,000, or between 20 and 50 if you buy directly from them, or their marketing arm was what I'm calling it, even though they won't call it that. But the wholesale, because X Global apparently bought so many licenses in advance, so therefore they get a wholesale price. You get the benefit from this. Now, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that helps out. All right. Now, if you're doing solo, where you're going to IX Global and signing up, you can sign up for the membership using your debit card, credit card. That's not a problem. Or crypto. But if you're buying a node, you can only buy by BTC. They have something called BitPan BTC, BitPaps BTC. That's where you go to the shopping cart, you hit OK, and then on the other side, it says you need to send X amount of BTC, like 0, 4, 1, whatever, 0, 5, or 1 BT. Well, it's not going to be 1 BTC, but you know what I'm saying, right? 0, 7. It just depends on what the amount of the node is. So therefore, you are going to send from your wallet to them. Then you sit around for 5 to 10 minutes. It'll send you out an invoice, and that means you bought the node. Then you'll get instructions to actually hook your IX Global to your X node to link it. Then the node starts mining. In our case, it took 48 hours when it first started mining. So it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, starts the new mining day. So it will matter what time you put it in. So ours was in the afternoon on Saturday. So it got in 48 hours later. Now, if you happen to go after 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I don't know what that means. I don't know if it shortens the time or lengthens the time, but either way, 48 hours, and they told me originally 72 hours. So ours took 48 hours, might take 72 hours. First one's 72 hours, but now it might be a shorter time. So hopefully that helps you out. There we go. Victor Marrero. Now, if you join the club, membership club at SSN Lifestyle using the 4,500 debt box node business opportunity, you can use USDT. After you hit place order, then you'll have your options on USDT, how you want to send it, whether it's ETH, whether it's Matic, whether it's BEP20, whether it's a TRC20. Either way, you have options so you can send it, and all's good. All right, Ola Vanessa showing some love for Miguel. And already somebody has already invested into the 4,500 debt node. And again, the important thing to remember is this. You can do $250 increments. Just remember whatever you put in. So, in fact, I have not done this number. I haven't done this one yet. So let me do this. So if you put in 250 and you simply divide it by 4,500, this is how you get your percentages. That's 5.5%. All right. For every 250 you put in, that's what you're being entitled to when it comes to taking out your rewards. All right. 5.5% for every 250. So if you put in 500, that looks like 11%, 11.05. If you put in 1,000, that looks like around 20, little over 20%. All right. So that just gives you an idea. 2,000, then that means 40 some percent, right? But as soon as we reach 4,500, it's over. But the number one thing to remember is on your checkout, make sure you click transaction. I want to pay for the transaction fee, because if you use PayPal to pay, they're going to take out 3.5%. That means your 250 is really going to be around 240. All right, just letting you know. And you're just going to earn off of the 240, which now means you're going to be slightly less. It's going to be like 0.053, somewhere in that ballpark. Slightly less, but hey, when you start talking about 0.53 and then all of a sudden you realize maybe you could have thousands of tokens, that little point, that 2-point difference, it adds up. So all I'm saying is make sure you hit on your checkout. If you're joining the group economics, the link is down below, called the 4,500 debt box opportunity. Make sure that you click on I want to pay the transaction fee. Otherwise, you're going to be accredited for 240. You'll receive an email saying, hey, you put in 240. So therefore, this is why you're going to be getting a smaller, the 0.053% instead of 0.055. All right. So hopefully that helps out. All right. Here we go. Good evening, SSN family. Curtis Davis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only that can be in the chat room and have the icon. Everybody else, thank you so much for watching. And maybe you might want to become a member of the channel. And he says, good evening, SSN family. He says that, ladies and gentlemen. But here's the thing. He has something else that he calls ABMM. And that goes right with the SSN Nation. Always be making money. You have no way around it. Let's just put it plain and simple. I'm going to talk about it, but first I got to talk about Mr. Financial here, AKA Mr. Financial has his own channel. And so I always have to give some love. You got to go check him out. Chili Davis with 2 L's, CHILLY, Chili Davis. That's his YouTube channel. He helps out with stock updates. And this week, isn't there earnings updates coming out? And if there's going to be a stock split, you'll find out about that early. Like the Tesla one, I believe, August 25th, in a week or so, 3-to-1 split. He lets you know about all this so you can make strategic plans using the stock market and stock plays. So that's why you got to go check him out and make sure you subscribe to the channel. He's part of the SSN Nation, so show some love. All right. Appreciate the offer, but I want to taste the water with my SSN family first. Then we'll see how it goes. Okay, Victor Morero's coming in out of the cold. He says, I'm going to do some group this time. I'm not going to go solo. He says, I'm going to join the party. All right, willing to take additional risk once I get more information. Victor Morero, well, that sounds like a reasonable thing to me. If you don't have to put in $1,250 or $2,500, your exposure is greatly reduced. In case of worst case scenario where things blow up and doesn't work out, at least you're not exposed for the full amounts, which would be $1,250, $1,500, $2,500 if it's grow, $4,500 if it's nat G. So I can't fault you for that. But once again, it would be great to see you in this party. So thank you so much, Victor Morero. He says, it makes sense to me. Okay, so make sure to check. I want to pay for transaction fee. Got it. Exactly, Victor Morero. That's exactly right. So that helps out greatly. So I appreciate that clarification. All right, ladies and gentlemen, some of you might be saying, hey, Eric, come on now. Stop with all the chit chat about this. Okay, hold on. Let me go check out. Let me go to SSN Lifestyle. Now, SSN Lifestyle, in case you don't know, is the sister channel. I'm the CEO and founder. You know, sounds all cool, but nonetheless, I'm running the show is basically what it boils down to. There is nobody else with the stocks or anything like that going on. I own 100%. There's no partnerships. There's none of that. Only offshoot where we partner with somebody else. And that's why some people have different benefits than others. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put this on the screen. Let me go share the screen, shall we? Let's see here. What do we have? Let's go to the shop. Oh, and by the way, I won't even get into the other stuff, but I actually had to bring this back up. This was the first one, ended 4 days ago, so that is over with. This is the new one over here on the right-hand side where it's green. Hopefully you can see that. All right. So what I'll do is, let's do it this way. All right. So it's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. 250, somebody has already took their 5.5% piece. That means there's only 94.5% left. All right. So there you go. Here's what it looks like just to give you an idea. No. Yeah. Okay, good. I thought I might have clicked on this. And as you can see, you have choices in, remember, 250 increments. You can always click other, and like if you did 1250, it has to be 250 increments. That's what you can put in if it's above, or 1250 is not even on there, come to think of it. But there you go. Then you click pay here. Oh, forgot. All right. Click pay here. And this is how simple it is. And then in a few days, there's going to be a ticker on here. All right. So you guys know how we do this. We started off where it's open. Then there's going to be a countdown. And then we'll see. But now you may see here, mandatory for business opportunity contributor. Put in your PayPal email address or put in your USDT deposit address and let me know which chain. All right. If you want to receive your rewards that way, there'll be other choices too, because some of you might realize by the time this withdrawal comes about, these tokens may be on exchanges. So then you'll just be able, I'll be able to send you the rewards like the XPLR. Later on down the line, the XPLR can send you the tokens directly. All right. But right now, you'd have to do exchanges and do other things. So here's where we're talking about. Yes, I want to cover the transaction fee. Now, if you're always click on this anyhow. So then this way, you will not lose your investment, because this $500 would be $480. $20 difference if you do not click on this. Yes, I want to cover the transaction fee. Just to let you know, if you pay with PayPal or credit card. All right. Just letting you know. And we still have a credit card issue. So anytime you see PayPal on anything you're doing here at the shop, make sure you click on the PayPal option. The credit cards is not coming up for some strange reason that way, but you can use your credit card on PayPal, as you guys know, or debit card or checking account, I believe. So hopefully that helps you out. All right, let's see. Oh, and notice on the right-hand side, there is a 5,100 passive income opportunity. Everybody knows about that by now. And that is earning weekly payouts. First payout, 4.1%. That's the first one. Next week, we'll see what that one is. But right now, 4.1%. And every week on that 5,100 that you see on the right-hand side, you can put anywhere in from $100 on up. All right. That's how simple this one is. It's not a minimum of 250. It's a minimum of 100, maximum of 2,500, I believe. So you can't put any more in than 2,500. As soon as we reach 5,100, then that gives out weekly payouts of 5% to 0%. I'm leaving it in that range, but the first week, 4.1. Just so you guys understand. All right. Now, Yeah, you might have to create an account. Yes, Victor Morel, because those details, when you check out, it should make you actually, because you have to put in your billing details. And if it asks for it, it asks for it. If it doesn't ask for it, then you don't have to. So the answer is you don't have to, but it should make you have to sign in. But either way, your information is all taken in right here. So it's all good. However you want to do it, it's up to you. All right. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That gives you a brief overview of why I'm excited. Now I'm going to get you a little more excited, because some of you already saw 6 minutes and what was it? 6 minutes and 30 seconds of a video. I'm going to play the video again. This video you're about to see is going to be 8 minutes. All right. Just keep that in mind. It's over 8 minutes. In fact, let me go look at it real quick. Let's see how long it is. It's 9 minutes. So I'm going to replay this for 9 minutes. This is when they're at the oil rig in Nebraska. One of the co-founders and Travis Flaherty are talking together. And after we're done with this, we'll move on to possibly something else unless somebody has questions about it. But nonetheless, check this out. All right, here we go.
Hey guys, Travis Flaherty here, IX Debt Global Ambassador, and I am privileged to be here today with the DebtBox co-founder, Jake Anderson.
Travis, thanks for having me.
I'm so excited. We're coming to you on site. Tell us a little bit about where we're at.
So we're at our drilling rig in Nebraska, and this is one of the first rigs that we've put up for BGLD. And it is actually the project that's supporting the token that we have.
So exciting. So listen, for those of you that have been following along, I want to start off by asking Jake a couple of questions. How does this really differentiate from what's going on in the cryptocurrency space? Because you guys are really setting a precedence right now with the difference between speculation versus tangibility. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, and so what we really wanted to do is create something that fulfilled a need that we saw in the industry, which is something that created the excitement of some of these, I guess you call them meme tokens, that are out there that have a great upside potential, and everybody likes to see that, but also that has something that's backing the project, much like a utility token or something like that. But how do you do that? And so what we've created is a unique tokenomics that blends crypto with commodities. And oil was the first one that we went out at, and as you can see here, we're in Nebraska drilling for oil, and we've got some pretty sizable deposits here. We're very excited that we hit our first payload, and we're going for our second one. And all of the revenues that come off of this that go into BGLD will actually buy token out of the market and then burn it to never be seen again, which is going to constantly restrict supply and create demand.
Well, so let's talk a little bit about, so you see the BGLD right here on our hat. So the black gold licenses just sold out. I've got people that are still reaching out going, can you get me just one more? So black gold was your proof of concept, so to speak. Talk to me a little bit about just the history of black gold.
Yeah, so we launched black gold back in November of 2021. And so we're coming up on a 1-year anniversary of that. And we started at a price point of 5 zeros and a 1, and we're currently trading at about a penny. And so that's roughly a 10,000% increase in value over the course of a year. And so we're proud about that, but that's really not the height of what we're proud of. What we're proud of is we're actually doing something that's changing the industry as a whole. And we're getting looked at from a lot of different industries, a lot of different companies, because the backing the commodities with the crypto and tying those things together is something that's never been done before. And so far, it's been really good.
Well, I want to talk a little bit more about this ecosystem and really how you're impacting the entire cryptocurrency industry. Because let's face it, let's go back and even look at the last bull run that the industry had. I mean, there was a lot of speculation, there was a lot of hype, there was a lot of coins where you had celebrities or influencers that were, tweeting about coins that had dogs or foxes or pictures on them, and they had no purpose, no real world value whatsoever. And I think a lot of people got sucked into that. And so, if we look at what you're doing, some would even say that it's kind of like the dollar when it was backed by gold before it was removed from the gold standard.
Yeah, similar.
And we know what's happened to the dollar in the last 50 years or so when it comes to the value. So you guys are, I think that the cryptocurrency industry as a whole is really looking for more substance as we move forward to bring in that credibility factor. How do you see yourselves playing a role in that as we move forward?
If I could narrow it down into one thing, it's stored value. And that's really the key. Anything that's considered, a currency should have stored value. It shouldn't lose 90% of what it's worth over the course of 50 years. So a lot of people during times like this, they'll flee to gold, silver, and some of these things that actually have appreciation and value. And that's what we're trying to create here, is the digital format of that. And so our tokens are all supported by commodities and or digitally linked to the commodity itself, in the case of gold, silver, and palladium. But with oil, it's backed by the projects. And so this is one of 4 rigs that we have that are in the process of either being set up or are currently drilling. And there's many more coming.
Well, and to have a cryptocurrency portfolio prior to your ecosystem, I have to go out and buy different projects and ultimately hold all my coins in a wallet or some type of an exchange. But you guys have really given people the ability to be able to participate in many different projects, some that are moderate risk, some that are a little bit more aggressive. What are some of the projects that you guys have recently just rolled out?
So if we start at the beginning, we have black gold. We have a project called digitally linked gold. That's a little bit different. That's more of what you would call a conservative, because every token that's minted is actually tied directly to a gram of gold. And so with that, you have 3 choices. You can either hold it, you can sell it, or you can redeem it. In other words, every token that a DGL or DLG miner mints, you can actually redeem for the physical counterpart. Now, since nobody's going to take the physical counterpart of a 55-gallon drum of oil, it allows us to play with the tokenomics a little bit differently and give a little bit more of an upside potential. And so what happens there is we have an initial total supply of coin that's allocated, and every time that money comes off of one of these rigs, it goes and buys that supply out of the marketplace and burns it forever, which is going to constantly reduce the supply but also increase the demand. Basic supply and demand economics would tell you that if that happens, the price goes up, and that's kind of what we've seen.
Yeah, it's exciting. So we've got a total of 5 live projects right now. Mm-hmm. Black gold sold out. One of the things that I am super excited about is this Explorer project and this satellite that we're working on. Talk to me just a little, because people are really excited about the possibility of partnering with a project, the first cryptocurrency, to my knowledge, that's going to have a satellite in space.
To my knowledge as well. And so if you look at the technology that we use for all of our projects, what it is, and the way to explain it in a simple format, is it's kind of like an MRI machine. And what we do is we use a satellite technology to scan the Earth for different metals and different elements. Every element on the periodic table puts out a different frequency or vibration. And we can calibrate the machines to actually look for that and hone it down. And in our gold, we actually fine tune that to the part where we can actually go out into some of our mines in Africa, and we can actually see exactly where that gold vein is going. We know exactly what depth it's at and relatively know kind of what's there. And what that allows for exploration companies and prospectors to do is actually mine in a more eco-friendly way. And so we reduce a lot of the overhead burden for companies that are going out there because instead of doing strip mining or speculation, they know what they have and they know where to go get it, and that reduces the cost to them. So that technology becomes extremely valuable, and that technology is what is the underlying kind of foundation of every one of our projects. And so we use that for oil, we use it for natural gas, we use it for gold, silver, palladium, and we'll use it for everything else coming up. Right now, we currently contract that work through Google, and so we use their satellites in order to do it. But in launching Explorer, part of that roadmap is actually to launch our own satellite into space. And we're actually gonna do that pretty quick.
That's a lot of fun. So, I learned something today. 92% of the wells that are drilled are dry. And that's not very eco-friendly. No. So, you guys are doing a lot on the eco-friendly side of things to be able to help people to pinpoint these projects with incredible accuracy. And that allows them to not only save a ton of money, which is essentially why they would potentially want to partner with you, but it's also great for the earth as well.
It is.
So that box here has accomplished a huge milestone over the last week or so. You just hit how many licenses sold?
We just broke 1 million licenses sold.
1 million licenses in 19 countries around the world.
In 10 months?
In 10 months. Guys, the best predictor of future performance is past performance. Now, with that being said, there are no guarantees in anything that we do here, but I do want to say this: success leaves clues. And I can tell you, I could not be more excited and more proud to be aligned with you guys with this project, and could not be more excited to see where the next 12 months takes us. So with that, Jake, thank you so much for your time,
Travis,
for having
pleasure.
me out here today. I appreciate it.
It's been fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I ran the full 9 minutes of that so you can actually see the whole thing again. If you missed out on Monday, you saw the whole thing here for the first time. This is awesome. So once again, this is pretty cool. All right, here we go. What's this? Eric, I purchased a $115 membership. Can you tell me why it hasn't moved to the holding tank? Laverne Penix. I don't have the holding tank set up, quite frankly. Once you sign up, they have an issue with the website, so it's not instant. So give it a little time, because I was confused too, because it takes them a little, I don't know what's going on. But anyhow, it shouldn't be in the holding tank, is all I'm saying, because I don't have holding tank set up. So I appreciate that. Also, if you logged in and it said 115, 115, that's cool. So that's the it hasn't changed to the 65. That's interesting. But anyhow, no, it shouldn't be holding tank. But in fact, I'll be checking some things out. Okay, done. Send it to the BSC wallet address. Didn't have to create an account. Don't want to speak for anyone else, but I have a good feeling about this. Willing to take more risks. Victor Marrero, thank you so much for joining the group investment opportunity. So there we are. This is the $4,500 business opportunity. And congratulations, Mr. Cool as well. Both of you, Laverne Penix, Victor Marrero. Congratulations for both of you. And Laverne Penix, can you tell me why it hasn't moved to the holding tank? Again, it shouldn't be moving to the holding tank. And that would be a problem if it did, because I can't log in. Get that, right? Because then there would be a delay. Let me go see if they changed that. I had to send them a message. Or I can log into my debt box, which is IX Global. I can't remember their. In fact, let's go see what my debt box is. It's IX Global. See the debt box. So that's where the problem comes in, because IX Global is .us, and I can't log into there since 3 days. So I can't go in the back office and check anything. So I'm hoping you don't have to do this holding tank thing. I don't think you do. I don't have it turned on. I purposely don't have it turned on, because holding tank basically literally holds you there until I place you. And because I'm not really a network marketing or a marketing type guy like that, I don't really care about placing somebody. So I never turn that feature on. So you should be able to, and about, like I said, it's a little delay. It's not like instant like you would think. But congratulations. Thank you so much for using my link down below to sign up. In fact, what's weird about that is I should have received an email to let me know, I would think, right? So then that's something that's interesting. I see I got a deposit. So that the deposit that Marrero did, because he said he used crypto. So that has come in. But I don't have anything saying somebody signed up with IX Global. So that's interesting. Hopefully you use my link down below. Otherwise, if you didn't, then I don't know at that point what to do. But we'll still get it all straight, Laverne Penix. Congratulations. He says he might do a little solo act as well, which double dipping. All right, I like it. Okay, Victor Marrero says it. He says you didn't have to create an account. Don't want to speak for anyone else, but I have a good feeling about this. Willing to take more risks. I got a good feel. Look, anybody that doesn't any type of investing and looking at all projects, this particular one with the nodes and backed by crypto backed by nodes, it seems straightforward. It's no more, no less than a company being backed by stocks, paper stocks. It's the same similar type of thing. So in this case, they're using crypto instead of stocks. So we'll see how this all plays out in the long run. What I do know is Chapter 11 filed by Celsius. Celsius, interestingly enough, these guys got lucky because the bankruptcy court allows them to keep mining BTC while they're in bankruptcy. Now, that's very, very interesting. I guess it's because they're going, well, we're going to get paid too, right? So I guess that's why they're allowing them to do that, which is kind of weird. But who says if they're going to be paying back their investors who still had money at Celsius? Under regulations, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, which the regulations still allow them to use leverage and get derivatives. All right, you guys know we talk about derivatives here, and that's not all. 56 minutes in, please smash that like button. That's so the YouTube guys know that we're in the house. And everybody else, please subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about thus far. And congratulations to the SSN Lifestyle winner, Tester 2. You get 2 tickets to Daytona International Speedway, August 26th, 27th, and 2 fan zone tickets for August 26th and 27th. Pretty cool. All right, that's SSN Lifestyle stuff. Nothing but congratulations all the way around so far. This is awesome. I love congratulations and congratulatory info. I love it. I love telling somebody 4.1% this week payouts coming. I love all that. It's beautiful. If you say, I say so, it's beautiful. Now, here's the other thing of importance that since we're here in the SSN Nation, I need to tell people if you're a part of SSN Lifestyle, you need to make sure that your membership is current for payout situations. All right, just letting you know. All right, that's what you need to know. 5,100 passive income opportunity. That is an SSN Nation, SSN Lifestyle combo. So therefore, doesn't apply for that. But again, if you want the bonus pool, membership usage, and all that, make sure your account is current. All right, that is the first thing. The other thing, Vanessa Comagate came in here, and remember, some of you were here early when I started talking about the other number one contender for the number one business opportunity of 2022, Fingernails to Go. Fingernails to Go started out last year, and we all got excited. I have to admit, I got excited because at the time they were doing one machine. All right, so that is the thing. Fingernails, hold on, Fingernails. I'm going to put this on the screen just in case people are curious and you may want to invest and get yourself a Fingernails to Go, whether it's a vending machine or a countertop unit. And at the time, they had a little bit different setup. It was basically one machine, vending machine, that was a standalone unit. And then there was a countertop unit. And you can see here, this was the machine over here on the right-hand side that we thought was going to be one machine, $15,000. Well, okay, first of all, initially $10,000, I believe it was. Then they said, oh, no, it's going to be $15,000. But then they sold that on to it's going to be $15,000 because we're going to be in malls and you're going to have an agreement where we're going to have a discount price for you to be in malls with some branding. And we're going to have a company that's going to come set it up for you and all this. It was all good. Well, between the time of the end of last year, beginning of this year, and then over the course of them going to Vegas, and then 3 months after that, all of a sudden the stuff comes out, and the whole time they never mentioned that there's 2 machines that you need. This, the one you see on the right-hand side, is the vending, but they also have another unit that sits beside it. And the price doubled to $30,000 for the 2 units. One unit takes cards or whatever, your debit, credit cards. One unit prints on your nails or the designs on the acrylics. So then that also means you're going to be assigned at a mall. Now, how much is the mall? Well, it could be anything. $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, all depends on the mall, I'm sure, and traffic. So now you're going to be out of pocket potentially an additional 12K to 24K. So now this proposition of 60,000 or 40,000 or 50,000 for vending all of a sudden isn't so attractive because you're not picking the spot. You're not picking where you want to be. You don't know if the traffic is even good in a mall anymore. I wouldn't know unless it's a certain mall. And that certain mall that still has traffic is going to charge you an arm and a leg, right? But nonetheless, it's still a vending machine. You still can make profits. But again, it changes the numbers. Instead of you getting your money back at 15,000 in 6 to 7 months, now you're going to have to double that to 1 year, 1.5 years. And that's if you have the right traffic coming. So that number that they changed it to 10,000, 15,000, and now to 30 or 40,000 or more, that changes ROIs. That changes how investors think. Now, on the left-hand side, you see this countertop unit, right? And the countertop unit is portable, but there's the drawback on the countertop unit is there is no place where you can leave the countertop unit and a person can pay. So that means somebody has to be with the machine. So that presents a whole different ball game. But because this is 2022, you know, if you're with the machine, you have swipes on cell phones these days. You have tap, you have swipes. So somebody can pay for it. Cash you can accept, or somebody can easily pay for it using the swipe features on your phone or tap features, whatever, because we're in 2022. Now, if this wasn't 2022, no taps, no cell phone usage for swiping cards, that would have been an interesting scenario. But this makes it so easy, seamless. And you have the other alternatives, cash apps and all this other kind of stuff that you can send people money on, PayPal's, all kinds. So now the thing is here, though, mobile-wise, you can be at the hottest events all the time. You can always be in a location that benefits you. So here we are, missed the football season. Some of you right now are going to the tailgate parties. You know how many people are wearing gear. People are spending $500 for jerseys, $250 for jerseys, jackets. Hell, they buy socks for 15, 20 bucks. I mean, come on. With the logo on there. How much do you think you'll be able to charge for putting logos and items of the sporting teams, players, gear, or whatever on someone's nails, right? So now you put yourself in that venue. Then you say, okay, that's interesting, but how many of you guys right now went to concerts and the outdoors where they had groups and things like that? And there's this trend that happened where they started putting, people were having booths and things like that at concerts and these big events. So you can put yourself and immerse yourself into any arena you want. Ladies, salon night with the friends or something, you know, I mean, 10 women come over. Now it's drinking wine and getting nails done for an hour or two. You never know what you can do. I mean, there's all kind of options you can put yourself into. So this right here, though, is $4,000 and you're out the door as well. As far as I know, I don't know about shipping, but let's just say 4,000. You're out the door. Now you have this thing. Now you have a cell phone. Now you can accept payments. You can immerse yourself into wherever you need to be where there's a big old crowd. So that gives you a little advantage. So that is going to be a ring of fire on SSN Lifestyle, just so you know. All right. Okay. So make sure to check. I want to pay for transaction fee. Got it. You got it. I got it, Victor Morrell. No worries. I'll let you know. Do we need to check, create an account? No, but if you want to, you can. You don't have to. It would be preferred, though, but it doesn't matter at this point because I'm still going to have your email address. Yes, BEP20 is Binance for USDT. Oh, that was me. Eric, I purchased the 115. Oh, okay. So I went back. All right, here we go. FYI, Clockwork is not leasing at this time. Okay. Well, that's no surprise either. In fact, Vanessa Comagate, how much was Clockworks? Did you ever talk with them? I don't remember the price on Clockworks. That is also another company. Oh, wow. I actually might have found a pretty good mall in the OC. I'm trying to think. A mall in the OC. Are you going to be in Newport? Are you going to be in Newport? Let me know. Because actually, as you know, I think there's only one mall in Newport, and that mall has all the nice items. In fact, just like in Scottsdale, Arizona, right? Where they have that nice mall where you're going to find the Gucci, the Louis, and all that. Same thing in Newport. I don't know how much they charge, but that's where my True Food Kitchens is. That's all I can say. That's where I go eat when I'm in Newport. I go to True Food Kitchens at the Newport Mall. But anyhow, back to Clockworks. Clockworks is a competitor. It looks like. I'm trying to think. Clockworks. I don't. There we go. It'll come up. I'll have to Google it. Like Clockwork. There we go. Clockworks, but do we know how much it costs to get involved with Clockworks? Vanessa Comagate might know the answer, which I don't know the answer to that, but she may know the answer to this. So here's another countertop unit, but this one is in Target, which makes it unique. And it only prints solid colors, whereas the other one can do designs. And by the way, how much is the Clockwork then if you can't lease it? In fact, they never even sent me back a message, so that's disappointing. All right, but here you go. It's one color on your nail. And again, you cannot pay directly at the machine because this is a countertop. Let's see if I can show. Well, it doesn't show it in Target. Target, here we go. Let's see if, I think they just show locations. There's only like 7 locations, right? Yeah, it sits at the end cap. And so an end cap is when you go into a store and you'll have items on an aisle, but on the ends of the aisle are usually displays. Well, it used to be. Now they put products on there most of the time. But those are called end caps at the end of each aisle. That's where they set this table up. And again, they don't show it readily, but they set a table up and you can go in there, but you have to make an appointment. So that's no fun. And here we are with the 6 locations. I thought they had 7, but apparently 6. San Mateo, Walnut Creek Targets, Fort Worth, Dallas, and Chaska in Minnesota. Thought they had 7. Okay, looks like 6. Nonetheless, Clockwork sits on a countertop, and then from that point on, you have to make an appointment. That's why you see here, book now. So the little drawback from this particular one, in my opinion, is it's not on demand. Somebody isn't going to be manning this station, and people walking around in Target might not even realize that this is even a thing because it's just going to be sitting at the end and there's no advertisement. There's nobody sitting there or standing there. So how are you going to pay for it since it doesn't accept payments? So that means you're going to have to go find somebody and say, hey, how do I get in on this machine? And I hate to say, I hope they don't tell somebody, hey, go get an appointment, because that would defeat the whole purpose. But anyhow, that's the other competitor thus far. Otherwise, but there are other competitors because, hell, if there's a machine made, you know there's a machine made in China. Let's just call it what it is. But you know what you're going to get. You're going to get what you pay for. All right? So there you go. I'd rather not say where in the OC. Don't want to jinx it. Okay. All right. Um, okay, I won't guess then. I'll stop my guessing because there's another location in the OC. Actually, there's two more locations in the OC, but you said mall. So there's only a certain amount of malls in the OC. So hopefully you get it. But let us know, Vanessa Comingate, what are you going to do at the mall? Are you saying that that's the mall that you're going to actually go for the $30,000 vending machine standalone, and then you're going to pay if it's one of the better malls, you know what that means, $2,000 per month potentially? Is that what you're saying? Or do you actually know what the price is for the lease? Let me know that. And let me know, I haven't dealt with the mall in so long. Let me know if they're still doing that triple net, talking about, hey, you made $100,000, so we get a piece of that too on top of the lease. Let me know. All right. Let's see what this is. Clockwork, accepting apps in late 2023. Didn't say the price. Okay. Well, then they cannot be part of the best business opportunity of 2022 if they're not even out yet. So all they're doing is putting things in Target and then having people make appointments, and people don't even know about it. That doesn't even make any sense. This makes zero sense. So maybe they're just going slow. Proof of concept, maybe. Yes, I will do the standalone there. You're going to do the standalone in the mall? Is that what you're saying? So we're talking a little business, ladies and gentlemen. Fingernails to go, like Clockwork. They have come out where you can print. Well, Clockwork is, I call that second tier at the moment, because all they can do is print solid colors. Fingernails to go can print designs, and you can make the designs. And whatever design you create, you can put on your nail, because that's what it does. So that makes it unique. You can do solid colors if you want, but you can put literally almost any image on your nail. And that's what makes it so unique. And what's the value of that? We don't know. At first, the company was talking simply of $20, $25, and you get 20 acrylic nails. So now you can make plans in the future. So that's pretty interesting. She's saying, yes, standalone in the mall. I want passive income. Okay. All right. So that means you will be going for the $30,000 for the machine and then pay whatever the lease is, which in the OC, I'm anticipating minimums $1,500, $2,000, I would think, minimum. So that's another, I don't know if they're going to try to do the yearly up front or not, but it could potentially be anywhere from 12 to 24. So that's 50 to 60. So you're willing to do the 50 to 60, or is it, 40 to 50 to get involved with Fingernails to Go and the OC. And I have to admit, women in the OC generally know they're paying more than most people for their nails. And if you start doing designs, it's going to cost a lot more. So they're the ones going to be spending $250, $300, $350, no problem. Yes, boss. Okay, right on. Awesome. Looks like you may have found a winner. But again, 40 to 50 is very interesting for me. I haven't ran the numbers ever since, because I was disappointed that it was a setup with the two machines costing that 40, 50, because then I need a high traffic area all the time in order to get that return. And we don't know what the future is going to hold in the retail environment and malls. That's high risk to me. I'd rather be in a place that I know for a fact we're not going to have any problems. And that's why we're going to have, remember, there's something coming out. Well, not here in the SSN Nation, but I'll tell you, the real estate management, that's going to be interesting, because office needs to be in a certain location where now you have tourists and guests coming in. They're going to be asking questions. Where can I get my nails done? We're going over here to this particular event, the Latin Music Awards. I don't know, right? We're going to this event. I need some nails done. Where can I get them done at? Oh, sit down here for 5 minutes. You have guests come in. We're going to go out to dinner, but my nails broke. Where can I get some nails at? It's 7 at night, 6 at night. right here. So one-stop shops, you already have guests coming in, which are also potential clients. And also remember, the more offerings you have in one place, and don't forget, if you're in a location where people are walking by, you have that traffic. And when you have, I'm talking about Dominican Republic, downtown Punta Cana or in Punta Cana, if this thing goes wacky and you have 400 to 450,000 people coming per month, every month on average, that would be awesome. That also means over 100,000 visitors per month. All year long, it's going to be very interesting what happens in September and October when it's like more rainy. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But it would be shocking if there was something crazy like 500,000 or 600,000 coming into the DR altogether. That would be shocking. So if that happens, then I think I'm going to be confident enough to say 100,000 people plus per average per all year long coming through Punta Cana as tourists. That would be awesome. 5 million people, 4.5 million. That means you need to be in a location because Punta Cana is not that big. All right, let's just call it what it is. 100,000 people are all going to be in certain locations. They're going to be downtown. Why downtown? Because you have the Dolphin Discovery. You have Caribbean Lake Park, which is water park, which is not the water park like you're thinking in America. This is a water park where you have jumps and ramps and things like that. Then at the Caribbean Water Park, they have a day club and a nightclub with the DJ and drinking and partying in another part of that Caribbean Lake Park. They have restaurants at the Caribbean Lake Park. They have Hard Rock, Coco Bongo downtown. They're going to have Convention Center downtown. They have other hotels downtown. So there's going to be people walking around, and one of the malls is downtown. So you can imagine, I can only guess at this point, but you would imagine 20, 30,000 people being downtown at any one point in time. So if you have your office downtown and people are walking by, you guys know what time it is. That's free advertisement, right? So you have 20, 30,000 people a week coming by. Most of the women are going to be wanting to look nice, going out to doing all this fancy stuff. Remember Pearl Beach clubs, remember Coco Bongos, remember the nightclubs that they have there, and a few other things, because they're going to go eat maybe dinner in the sky, go for a nice night somewhere, awaken the senses at the Hard Rock, maybe, who knows? Going on one of those nice yacht parties. You know what happens when you go overseas, when you travel, you break your nails. Where are you going to go? Obviously, they always tell you, go down and see the girl at the corner. That's nice. But when somebody says, okay, whatever, but you can walk in and be like done in 10 minutes and any design, now you're talking, in my opinion. All right, here we go. The other option is the second run is in other areas. Yeah, exactly. Hotels, resorts, etc. There we go, Vanessa Comagate. There we go. Because you guys know, hey, look, you guys got to think outside the box every now and then. I've talked about this before with regard to if you're selling anything, that's a people thing. And so where do you get your demand? So you make deals. So I'll put it to you this way. I've told this story before. So if you're in the wine country and you're staying at a resort or hotel, usually the hotel will say, hey, come over here for this free wine tasting night. When you go to that, or day or afternoon, so if you stay at Vino Bello, wine tasting is Friday at 5:30 p.m. They'll usually have 2 or 3 different wineries come in to give you wine, free wine tasting. With that, in turn, all they get in return, this is simple. All they get in return is you know who the winery is. They say, come to our tasting room. So now if you like their wine, of course, you're going to schedule that up and you'll be like, hey, not schedule. You can always show up. But you're going to say, okay, so this time while I'm staying here, I'm going to go check out their wine because I like their wine. I'm going to go to their winery. At the winery in Napa now, they no longer have free wine tasting. There may only be one place left. All right. So therefore, they get to the winery and they start talking crazy. They go, okay, you get your flight. That's going to be $30, $25 for 3 different wine tastings. Meanwhile, the winery has 20 different wines. But if you want to continue on, it's another 25, $30. So that's what they started doing in Napa, right? I'm spoiled. I grew up around Cali where Napa used to be. You roll in, wine tasting was on the house. Some half the wines were yuck, the other halves were decent. And so then you would buy a bottle or 2 or 3 or a dozen, whatever. But the bottom line is they are putting themselves in a position to get additional customers when they are out at Vino Bello at 5:30 p.m. every Friday, right? So whoever stays at Vino Bello, just remember, you always have free wine tasting at 5:30 to about 7. So at Vino Bello on Friday nights. Now, the opposite side, staying in another place, River Point, Napa, they say, hey, we have free wine tasting on Thursday nights. All right. They actually have their wine tasting. Okay, the difference with Vino Bello is it's out in the courtyard, open air, nice feeling, right? The one at River Point, they have a conference room, I guess I'll call it. It's small room. It's not that big. So don't think thousands of people. Just think 100, right? Anyhow, you go to the Thursday night wine event. You show up. They start talking about activities that you can go to while you're in Napa Valley. So now I'm pretty sure these guys get kickbacks or whatever. Same thing I would be employing with our real estate management company. We're going to be getting kickbacks too. Hey, go over here, check this out. Kickbacks coming. But they've already poured a glass of wine, and then they have somebody come up there and say, hey, this is what's going on in Napa, this, that, and the other, and you're just chit-chatting. How many people's here for how many days? Oh, we got something for you, you know, that kind of stuff. But you're just drinking wine. There's no actual pressure to sell. It's free. So people are just sitting there having fun. Where are you from? You know how the usual stuff goes when there's a crowd. You have 10, 20 people. By the time you get to 10, 20 people saying, I'm from Idaho, I'm from New York, I'm from Florida, whatever, you have about 10, 15 minutes that went by at least. And then there's nothing really happening other than at the end, they're like, hey, if you want to buy some of this wine, then you buy the wine. So all I'm trying to say is that's the same thing you can do with the handheld. And that's what Vanessa Kamage is talking about, hotels and resorts. Now, hotels and resorts, all they're going to care about is it's this simple. Like I checked out AC Hotel, right? Because we're still talking about the April 12th through the 13th, 2023. That's the SSN Lifestyle Conference and Party is April 12th through the 16th of 2023. AC Hotels does not have a conference room. Well, okay, they have one, but it's, holds like 20 people. But the point I'm trying to make is they don't have a salon. It doesn't appear at AC Hotels. So here's what's going to happen. AC Hotels, they need something for their guest. So that's how you're going to present it. You're going to be like, hey, we'll come over here on like whatever night you want to designate. Wednesday night, so it'll be up on the board, or Thursday, whatever night you designate, it needs to be promoted and up on the board and in the rooms. So therefore, you have built-in clientele. Because some people are going to go, oh, we're not going to be here. Oh, I missed Wednesday. Where are these guys at? I need this right now. I wanted a special design, and all I can do is take 10 to 15 minutes and be done. Where are they? So that's why you have advantages when you're mobile. Because like she was saying, you can go to hotels and resorts who do not have any fingernail business. And now all of a sudden they're looking at you like, oh my God. You know how many people come up to the concierge and ask for where I can get my nails done? Are you kidding me? Yeah, you can come over here. So you can set yourself up with a circuit and have customers twice, 2 ways. One, because the concierge goes, oh, they just came over here 1 day a week, but you can find them over here. Tell them Maria sent you, because, we got to give Maria a kickback, right? Of some sort, right? Okay. So that's how you operate, ladies and gentlemen. All right, either you have to trade hours for dollars or you have to trust the vending unit. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. The idea of the vending unit is passive income. The countertop unit, in my opinion, is hand-to-hand combat, as I call it. You have to have somebody actually going and being there doing that. It could be passive if you were in an environment where you're manning the place and you have hundreds or thousands of people coming by. That could turn into passive. And that's why in Punta Cana, you want to have an office that's in a high traffic location where you can actually bring in the traffic or be sitting in the traffic area where people are walking by and they know that's there for offer. So that changes the whole ball game. But again, it's still hand-to-hand combat versus a vending machine sitting alone at a mall for 12 hours a day, because that would be the ideal location of why people have vending machines. So either way, you got to make it happen. And I see still pondering offering clients the leasing option for people. Vanessa Comedy, she's thinking outside the box. Why not? Why not? I mean, I know there's going to be some liability factors, meaning now you're going to have to worry about how well somebody keeps up the machine and when they return it, what the condition is going to be. But I do like the leasing aspect because now you don't have to go out and work, and therefore you're making the money passively. So they're paying you, whatever. We'll call it $200 a month. I don't know. But they're paying you $200 a month. You do like 3 or 4 or 5, that's $1,000. Then you do 8, that's 2,000. And so you're just sitting back collecting the lease payments. They're out there having to go do the hand-to-hand combat. And as an entrepreneur and a business person, that's where you want to be. You don't want to have to do it yourself hand-to-hand or hire somebody to go hand-to-hand. You want to put yourself in a position where the money comes in passively without you doing anything. Almost like a franchisee or franchisor. And then you want people to be a franchisee. Same kind of thing. So we like that concept. I like how you're thinking. I know it's that downside is the equipment's worth 4Gs. That's the only downside. And people might be messing it up. That's where the problem comes in. But there's always ways around everything, right? There could be insurances. There could be deposits. There could be a bunch of different things you can do. So, or have stable locations for the desktop and hire people to man it. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. And therein lies why when we do the real estate management opportunity, therein lies the whole thing. You get more for one. So what I mean by that is if you have an office doing something already, and now in our case, now this is unique because you have guests from around the world coming in. They're on an island. They're sitting there like, hey, where can I get my nails done? And then you point across the room. You have other people who are going to be walking in off the street going, hey, I heard I can get my nails done. You point. You could have somebody accidentally manning it because you have somebody already manning the office or station or location. So I agree with you 100%. So how do you minimize having to pay somebody, whether it's 10, 15, 20, 25 an hour, whatever the case may be? How you minimize it is you do what businesses do. You already have a person sitting at the office or two. So why not let them go handle that for the 3 to 5 minutes or less? Because remember, you don't really need to be there in reality, but you might want to help people out. So there's ways around it, in my opinion. But yeah, that's the thing. If you want a stable location, now, is it going to be worth it? Hell yeah. Because at $4,000, your ROI is totally different. Because now, if you're going to, I'll just use simple numbers, $25 per 20 nails. So if that's the case and you do, I don't even care what the number is. Let's just say 200 a week, which is what, 800 a month. I mean, in 5 months, you got back your 4Gs. So it's a lower, much, much lower bar to reach, in my opinion. And the risk factor is not that great Because if worse comes to worse, then you take a traveling show, because somebody's going to be very innovative. They're going to take a traveling show. They're going to call it Women's Night with wine and fingernails or something. I don't know. And the next thing you know, they're going to go straight creative. They're going to be like, okay, who wants to come and play with this and invite their friends over, and I'll give you a piece of the commission or free nails or whatever, and have fun. So women come over, oh yeah, and they're gonna sit there and make their designs while they're drinking, eating, having fun, talking. Next thing you know, you got 10, 15 women, and they're all saying, yeah, I'll spend that $25 to get my nails done, and I got my own special design. I mean, that's what's gonna happen. So I could see that party plan type thing happening, where people move from point to point, and you just have people doing it, saying, oh, this is awesome. Every week we should do this, ladies' night. Or every 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. But if you can get like 10 people and you're charging, let's say 25, I'll say again. So that's $250, whether it's a week, every other week. Even if I made $500 a month, I still get my money back. Profit, I'm just saying. I get my money back in less than a year. So it makes it very, very interesting. Boss, at $25, 20 clients, 7 days, you make your money back in a week, not 4 months. I know. I'm trying to be conservative. I don't want people going crazy. But she's got the numbers for you, ladies and gentlemen. $25, 20 clients, 7 days. That's it. There you go. That's $500 a day. So she's right. There you go. That's where I like to be. I like that ROI a lot better. And I don't know about the 20 clients with the handheld unit, but nonetheless, if you put yourself in the right position, you could have 20 clients a day. And some people would be like, 20 clients a day? If I'm in a salon, okay, not possible. And they'll be like, not possible. But get this. If it takes 5 minutes, you guys, this is so funny. That's 3 hours every 5 minutes, which is doable. That's so doable. 4 hours, you could have 20 clients done and out the door. That's pretty good, isn't it? I think so. I agree, boss. You were right. Yeah. So I like that ROI a lot better. Yes, I know the vending machine could make a lot more money. I get it. Because you're supposed to be in a mall that generates, I don't know, 500, 1,000 people could be walking by any given hour. So you could potentially be doing, in theory, it's all theory because we don't know, 20 to 30, maybe a day, or I don't know. But if we do 30 a day, it's still going to take me a long time to get my ROI back. So all I'm saying. In fact, I haven't done the math, but we up this. I'll up it to 50 times 25. What is that? 1250. So I need 50 a day is 1250. That would be incredible. I don't know about that. It's brand new. But if that number came up, then the $40,000 vending machine would make sense. If you can get 7, 10, that's 10,000 a week. So, but there's no way. I'll say this: nobody's seen this vending machine. Only a few people. So to sit out in the middle of nowhere, people are just going to walk by it at first until they figure out what it is. They'll see fingernails to go. You'll have a few people checking it out. But in order to get this thing moving, people have to see it and see it operate. But nonetheless, I like the mobile option a lot better at this point because I know we can get back $4,000, like Vanessa Kamage said. You can get that. I just see the 4,000 coming back within a shorter period of time. And there's a bigger upside because first of all, there's a better downside as well. Let's say, for instance, this thing doesn't take off. Okay, you spent 4,000 versus 40. That's all I'm saying. So But nonetheless, even if it doesn't take off on the handheld, I can put myself into situations where I can always create money, almost like a food truck. A food truck guy says, hey, I need to be at this venue downtown is having something this week. I need to be near downtown with my food truck, right? You got to put yourself in that venue. And so therefore you're going where the traffic is. So if you're going where the traffic is, then you should be winning. All right. And that's why Airbnb, Uber, and these type of companies, they were able to win. Yeah. 4K loss or 40K loss. Yeah, exactly. Because let's just keep things in perspective. The handheld is a moneymaker, no doubt. Exactly. Let's just keep things in perspective. Regardless of, okay, let me put it, I'll look at it a different way. So when I did the I'm going to show you guys fingernails to go. In fact, let me show you this fingernails to go video, and then I'll talk about this in a second. I'm going to show you this one here. It's 1 minute and 46 seconds. So check this out. This is going to be a ring of fire opportunity. Maybe not the vending machine, but the handheld for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was last year. That was fingernails to go in a store where they showed one machine. As it turns out, there's two machines that stand side by side, one to accept the payment, apparently, and the other side is to accept where you got to do your nails. So it wasn't just a standalone unit like we initially thought, and the price is not 10 or 15,000, it's 30,000. All right. Now, they've been around the world, they've been doing their little spot checks around the world to see if it's viable, I guess, for the last few years. The question is, when I said, hey, I thought this was in Atlanta, right? Because it said something about Atlanta Presents. So I was like, hey, where's that fingernails to go machine in Atlanta? Well, now I understand why that didn't exist, because you need the other machine. So this was more like display as far as I'm concerned. So therefore, we don't know how well this machine actually will work if it's not manned or have some sort of advertising or somebody there to say, hey, check this out. We don't know. So that is one of the little things that without knowing that, it's hard to spend 30 grand, 40 grand. I need to see this in a mall like yesterday. So Vanessa Comagate, let me know if there's one in the United States that's set up for real with the two units. Let me know. I asked them before, but they said no, because I thought it was in Atlanta. I was like, oh, let me go down and check it out. But no, not there. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you smash the like button. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell. And of course, everybody's like, hey, what else is going on? Here we go. The handheld is a moneymaker, no doubt. That's the way I look at it. Less risk with the handheld unit. Yeah, I just see the handheld being, if you don't win one way, you can try something else. You can always stay mobile with it, nimble, quick. Whereas the one that sits out in a mall, you don't have an option to go, oh man, this location is terrible. I'm only getting 5 to 10 nail orders per day for the last 6 months. So you don't get to just up and change without a loss, because generally you would have paid your lease for a year in advance. You can go into the leasing office and be like, hey man, I'm not having any sales. It's not working out that good. And can you cut me from my lease early? They may cut you from your lease early, or they may turn around and go, oh yeah, we have that provision in your lease agreement that if you want to get out early, you have to pay 3 months in advance, 3 months worth of rent, and we'll let you out. Yeah, there's usually a clause. Speaking of that, if you plan on leasing something, make sure you have a clause in there that if you want to terminate your lease early, you just want to pay like 1 month. All right, just put it in there straight out. Most of the time, though, businesses or companies have their own leasing agreement, and they'll say 3 months, 4 months, something like that. So in other words, you can get out of your lease, but they're going to say, so right now, let's say it's today and your lease expires at the end of August. And then you go, but your lease is for another year and a half and you can't afford it. Then they'll say, okay, we need 4 payments and we'll let you out of your lease. There'll be a dollar amount. All right. So make sure you look for that when you do lease agreements, and then you try and modify it. All right. Just call it what it is. Try to modify when you see it in the lease. Be like, nah, I want to do 2 or something. All right. So here we go. So she's already checked as well. Non-existent in the USA as of yet. Handheld unit can talk to the client, upsell. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. Exactly. Because she's good. See, this is what happens when you have business and entrepreneur people. They do this type of information right here is for everybody. This right here is like you have somebody there and they're doing your business, or get this, or not. But then you have something else that you say, whether they did it or didn't do, then you say, oh, by the way, check this out. So now they've already interacted with you. They feel comfortable. And now you have this upsell potential. And especially if they actually used your product. And now you can sit there and say, hey, check this out. And now you figure out another product that goes hand in hand. And there you go. So there's where you have these opportunities that comes into play. And now, don't forget, make sure that they have your information. Right? So not everybody's a tourist. Some people actually may live in the place that you're at. And now you're going to get this phone call saying, hey, my friend, they like what you're doing. Can you come back over here and get this done? So think about all of that. So don't forget, you got to make sure that people know how to get in touch with you, because you're going to get word of mouth customers and clients from this. Because there's going to come a time when all of a sudden people are going to hear about, hey, I can get these crazy nails done under 10 minutes. People are going to go bonkers on this. Women know how long they have to go. This salon process, I can't even believe it still exists. All right. Where women are sitting there calling up a salon, and then the salon that they've been going to for years goes, oh, I'm sorry, we're booked up on Saturday. We can't get you in. And you're like, but I got this event to go to Saturday night. Now they might make an exception for you and try to figure something out. But women, you guys know this happens all the time. You can't just roll up at the salon and be like, hey, I need this intricate work on my nails done. They're looking like, hey, don't you see we got like a 45-minute wait in here? So there's no way around it. So you become a hot commodity if all of a sudden people find out you can do nails in like under 5 minutes in some instances. Especially design your own may take you a minute or two or three or five, but if you actually already know your design and already have it in and whatever, it's like less than 3 minutes. So that is very, very powerful, and that's not replaceable. That can't be duplicated by humans. So that creates a whole nother business, by the way. What can you call it? Nails done in under 5 minutes? Nailsunder5minutes.com. Now I can actually have a location that now I can sit there and be like, nailsunder5minutes.com, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then after 5 p.m. at 6 or 7 p.m., I got this location at the hotel, at the resort, at wherever where we have people having dinner, wine, whatever, and having some fun and doing nails. I mean, there's so much you can do with this handheld unit. It's crazy. I leased in the mall for 3 years, so I know the deal. Exactly. At the end of the day, it's a great product. I will figure it out, boss. Oh yeah, either way, both are going to work. Another idea is to set up or lease a space at beauty salons. See, that's what I was thinking. That's initially what I was thinking. There's beauty salons all over the place that on weekends and starting Fridays, sometimes Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I want to know this. Why are beauty salons closed on Sunday? Women have to go to work on Monday. What's happening? But anyhow, all I'm saying is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All of a sudden it's gangbusters. Friday and Saturday's gangbusters at the salon because people have stuff to do on the weekends. So can you imagine sitting at the salon and being like, next? Women are rolling out with these exotic nails done in less than 10 minutes. Next. Meanwhile, the women are sitting there getting their nails done 30, 45 minutes for this intricate designs or longer. And they're like paying $150, $200. And they're like, wait, how come I keep hearing next? And I've been sitting here and I've heard that like 10 times. And they're like, oh, that's our new machine over there. How much did you say that was? $30. Are you serious? I could have been out of here an hour ago. I'm God rested on the 7th day. So can you, boss. I hear you. Oh my, that's funny right there. But see, I didn't think beauty salons were open every day. That's all. I was just kind of find it interesting that women have to go to work on Monday, and that would seem like Sunday would be a day that you would be open. That's all. I'm pretty sure in some locations they're open. But I just found that weird. Almost just like the hair salons, right? They're not open on Sunday for some reason. I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. Women got to go to work, right? I'm just like, I don't get it. All right. She's like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping we talked about only a few things. I had a lot more on tap tonight, but as it turns out, it's 1 hour, 48 minutes because we went off onto business opportunities, group economics. We're going to continue with that. Just so you know, a ring of fire is going to come up with 2 things: real estate management, which also will involve the handheld unit, but they're going to be separate. So there's going to be a handheld unit, which is $4,000. If you want to get passive, this is going to be straight passive income. You have no piece of anything. You're just putting money in. You'll receive some passive income from it. All right. Now, the real estate management is going to work the same way. So when we do deals, then there's going to be similar to what Debtbox Nodes does. When they make sales, they receive royalties and they share that with the nodes. Except we're not going to be in the crypto like that. So we're going to share it with you, the profits and your percentage that way also. And that's going to come about in the next 2 weeks. So there's lots to talk about. SSN Lifestyle is going to be the almost like group economic center where we have high risk, which is crypto in my opinion, And then we're going to go to traditional lower risk. All right. And we're going to go to lower risk where we know we're going to have money coming in the door one way or another. All right. So hopefully that helps women get pretty for the weekend, not work. Vanessa Comagate. Oh, come on. Come on, Vanessa Comagate. You've been down in LA too long. I'm thinking of the Northeast. That's what I'm thinking. Because you get your hands done. They're not extravagant. They're just, solids. You're going to go in your suits and tie type of executives is what I'm referring to. But you're right about that. Let them know, sis, Auntie Val. Oh, my. All right. Maybe I stand corrected. All right. So Sunday's off for the women at the salon. All right. That's funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. I'm going to play a little video, 1 hour, 51 minutes. And again, if you can't get into the chat room, there's a reason. Only members of the channel can be in the chat room on Wednesday nights. On Monday and Friday nights, or any other live stream, everybody can be in the chat room. All right, just so you know. The more I think about it, is Thursday through Saturday can make a Mint handheld unit. Exactly, Vanessa. That's what I'm talking about. That's for sure. Even if you went with any idea you can think of, being at a salon, hell, you can be standing at a booth in the same complex outside at where the salon is. And people would be like, you could have a sign up, nails done in 5 minutes. They're going to the salon 2 doors down, and you have an electrical cord plugged in outside at $25. I mean, this is funny stuff. Guerrilla marketing. Putting yourself in a place where people are walking in, getting ready to go spend an hour in there. And you're like, oh, hey, just check this out right here. Design your own. 10 minutes, you're done. Oh, that's funny. Hairstylists rent booth space. So can I. Very good idea, Vanessa Comagate. I like that. Very good thinking there. I didn't even think about that. See, outside the box, ladies and gentlemen. I love that. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. All right, enough. We got on that last week too. I love business. That's all. I like talking about the different ways you can make things happen because there is no playbook. The playbook is you come up with an idea. You find out if it works. You got to do the proof of concept. Either way, you're going to find out if it works, right? I like that. So, and lower the cost to get in, lower the risk on your mistakes. And it's not a mistake because you never know what gold mine you might find out. All right. Lots of love. Me too. Sorry. Yeah. You never know what gold mine you'll find out because I'll give you a perfect example. When Dish Network came out and those little 12-inch, 18-inch dishes came out. And people were like, where can you sell them? So what was everybody doing? Majority of people were knocking on doors, leaving flyers or whatever, traditional type stuff. So I was like, hold on. Then somebody said, hey, the auction is open Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Sacramento. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go to the auction and sell. So you know what somebody said? They said, oh, that won't work because you can't run from the auction. They don't have power. So you're not, unless you're in the section that was already reserved, because people have to reserve this covered section like months in advance because there's a waiting list. So I was going to be on the outside where there's no power. So they were like, well, there's no way for you to show people the channels or show them anything, right? Speaking of upsell. So you're selling them the service and you're selling them the dish. Because back then, when they first started out, you got commissions 2 ways. So I go out to the auction and I look at the overhang. The overhang at the auction has like bolt holes in it. So you can actually bolt something to the overhang. Now, what happens? You have to turn the satellite a certain way. So all of a sudden, guess what? I figured out we have the satellite. We can hit the satellite, which means now all we need is power. So people are like, oh, see, it's not going to work. I said, hold on. Because you can't have, you couldn't have, what do you call them? The generators. You couldn't have a generator. So that was out. So then I said, okay, you guys ever heard of an inverter? And they're like, I'll be damned. I said, you're right. You better be damned, because I want this spot next week. Guess how much the spot was at the time? $15. Now, commission for selling a unit, $200. Not selling, but yeah, you did have to sell it. I can't remember at the time if they had to buy it or install it. But anyhow, $200 for when somebody actually cut their service on. And if you installed it, that was like another $150. So generally, nobody wanted to install these things. So they gave my company $350 per sale and installation. Meanwhile, I'm at the auction, $15. Inverter, plugged it up. We're watching TV in a place that has no electricity from the car inverter. Car inverter. Get this, running the car, right? So this turns into, for a weekend, okay, I probably shouldn't. So anyhow, I'll tell you, it ends up being 10 to 15 sales every weekend. Because guess who's coming to the auction? People from all over the region who live in the foothills, the mountains, has 40 acres, 10 acres, 5 acres, 1 acre, and there's no cable out to their location. So they're coming into the auction being like, holy smokes, you mean I can get all these channels? All the ones that I've been missing all these years because I didn't want to spend $12,000 for that big 8-foot, 12-foot dish. It's like, yeah. So it turns out all I did was Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the auction, and 6 a.m. in the morning till 2 or 1 in the afternoon, something like that. On Friday, though, it was only something like 3. Oh, I can't remember. Anyhow, maybe it was 9 in the morning or 8 in the morning till noon or 1. It was short, but nonetheless. So you guys can start doing some numbers. And then the next thing I know, I get a call from the office because they had a corporate office in SAC, and they're talking crazy. They're just like, do you know you're in the top percentage of dish dealers? And I was like, okay, cool. But I'm at the auction 3 days a week. Then it goes to 2 days a week. And yes, it went down from 15 down to about, because other people started realizing what I was doing. So now direct or dish comes in and they've got another section. So now I dropped from like 15 down to 5, 6 or 7. It goes to half or below. But you guys already know the numbers. If you made $1,000 a week 25 years ago, or maybe even older than that, you would know 4,000, 5,000, 7,000 a week. A month. You're not going to have problems. Let's just put it that way, right? So that's all I did. It was based on where do I have a market and how can I make it happen? Everybody else was poo-pooing it, saying you have to be down there in the covered section because that's where they have the electricity. I said, yeah, but everybody doesn't go down to the covered section. Most people come out here first and then they work their way down to the covered section. So that's why I want this location. And it just so happened to work out. So that's why whenever you have these mobile devices, and I'll add something else. So now turn it into the Dish Network as well. You guys know you went to home and garden events at your local fairgrounds or whatever, convention centers. Who did you see back in the day? You would see those Dish Network direct dealers in there. So now these guys on the weekends would say you can have a Saturday and Sunday, you can have a booth 10 by 10 for like, I can't remember. It was like $100. $150. So now, once again, because Sacramento is rural, a lot of people coming from foothills and mountaintops and all over, they were like, I need a dish. So it wasn't like I actually had to do any hard selling. All you had to do was show up. So it was selling itself. And so when you can get a product that sells itself, that makes your life so much easier. You just got to stand there, show it, and upsell. So this situation with the handheld situation is the handheld fingernails to go. That puts you in a different category because most people are going to associate getting fingernails done going to the salon or going to their friend's house. So now you've changed the paradigm shift if you set it up properly. And with that, you can set it up any way you want because you have so many different ways that you can market this. And I don't really know what the value is. I'm not even sold on this value of $20 or $25. To me, it's worth more because you're giving them 20 sets of nails or 20 nails, 20 acrylic nails. So to me, that lines them up where they can actually get 2 different type nail settings for 2 different occasions easily. So to me, that's worth a hell of a lot more than $20, $25. So I'm just saying. I'd be hard pressed. I'd be trying to go high and then drop it if I had to, but I'd probably have to think 40. That's the way I'm looking at it. So anyhow, we will see. That's one of the fingernails to go is going to be one of the Ring of Fire business opportunities that you're going to be able to get into. So we'll talk about this some more. It's Wednesday night, 2 hours in. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you like what we're doing. So just to let you know, now, because it's 2 hours and you guys been here a long time, I'm going to play. You guys know what's coming. Let's go with one of the videos. SSN Lifestyle video. Let me go with, okay. I have to make a new.
Come on, come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's how we've rolled before. Now it's up to you to roll bigger, better, badder, because you have more tools at your disposal. Because there's such a thing called SSN Lifestyle. There's tools available there. You know, here, SSN Nation, there's tools available here because we're talking about investment strategies, way to join forces or not. You can be a solo artist and go do things the way you want. And if Laverne Penix is still here, let me know if you are still having a problem. Hey, get the difference from a taller guy that attacks me. Hey, mister, how can I get defense from a taller guy that attacks me? Perso G91. Oh, my. Oh, I don't want to tell you anything about that. I don't condone any violence. Are you talking about attacks you with words? Or are you talking about attacks you physically? Because that's a problem. But, you know, that's assault. So you know who to call for that. You got to dial 911. Okay. Well, let's go with the safer object, mace. All right. If we're talking about physical harm, mace. All right. But welcome, Perseoj 91. I know you're playing around probably, but hopefully we don't want nobody attacking anybody physically, nor shall I say mentally. But some people are mentally challenged, so you never know what somebody might do. Every individual is different. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. But anyhow, back to the stories at hand. You guys want to make sure that whatever you do, you want to try to have an audience. So this is why I always liked eBay's, the Amazons, the Airbnbs, for instance, because they create an audience for you. That's why Uber drivers loved it, because Uber is in the business of getting customers, and then you just pretty much had to be on their app. So in the early days, that was beautiful, right? And that's the type of businesses you want, because that trying to advertise for getting business in the door, that could be costly. So if you can get business in the door without having to spend advertising dollars, but just advertising time, that creates a whole nother thing, because your profits are being able to be kept in-house. You're going to be able to keep more of a profit, because I'll turn it around. So at Dish Network, for instance, they had this thing that I qualified for co-op advertising. So, and it could be things such as even a commercial where they pre-make a commercial for me and put my name in it, my company name in it, or it could be something like I want cards or door hangers or whatever the case may be, and then they'll split some of the cost. So that was helpful. But me personally, I'm sitting there going, well, I don't have to pay you guys, because I can live with 20 sales per month when it's $350 commission. I can live with that. That's 7 G's. That's all profit. I don't have to do anything, minus my 15, I think it was $15 or $20 per weekend, if you prepaid. Was something so low it was ridiculous. So I'm sitting there like, I don't have no problem. And then get this, because you're one of the top dealers, next thing you know, they send you something saying, hey, we'll pay you, I can't remember, it was like $150 if you install, and we'll give you X amount of dollars because you're traveling to a certain location. So then it ends up being $175, $200 for an installation. So I would pay somebody to go do an install. I'd say, here, why don't you take $100, go do an install. Then my company could keep the remaining 100. Simple. That just came from the company, free money, because somebody sold the unit and the dealer doesn't do installations. I benefit. All right, so just saying. Here we go. Calling it for the night, peeps. Early morning dentist appointment. Everyone have a great evening. Thank you so much, Auntie Val, and everybody else. Professor Auntie Val, hopefully you're doing well with the medical, and have a good morning in the dentist. Hopefully it's an appointment where nothing bad's going to happen. Everyone, have a great evening yourself. Thank you so much for being here. And I think we're about to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to join forces, you've learned a little bit about some investing strategies, you can join us with the group business opportunities, the $4,500 debt node opportunity. The link is down below in the description. You can find out further information by rewinding this video, this live stream, or the replay, and seeing at the beginning what we're talking about. Or you can click on the link down below, the 4,500 debt box node, where you can put in any denomination of $250 or more, but it has to be 250, 500, 750, 1,000, 1,250, so on. And we're going for the $4,500 natural gas node this time. That's what we're trying to do. In a couple of days on Friday, we're going to set up a timer, which might be another 7 days, but we're going to be trying to get there. If you put into the 1250 node, it's earning 485 XPLR seemingly every day so far, which is beautiful. We should be, well, right now, since it's another hour, we're going to be over 1,000 XPLR tokens, just like that, in 3 days. So that is awesome. And then, well, should be at 1,300 by this time tomorrow night at 8 p.m. or a little over 1,300. So that's awesome. Getting these early rewards that are cheap right now. Love it. So that's beautiful. If you want to join in, there's a link down below. Uber Ride Reserve launching for Europe tomorrow. Talk to you guys in 2 weeks. Victor Marrero, have a safe and happy vacation, trip. Just be safe out there, have fun, and have an awesome time. All right. So see you in 2 weeks. And congratulations on getting in on whichever node we end up getting. By the end of 2 weeks, when you get back, you'll know whether it's the NatG node, whether it's the DLG node, whether it's the Grow node, or whether it's the aluminum node. You'll know when you get back. But we're shooting for that 4,500. If we fall short, hey, we'll do what we did last time. We still will get a node. All right. So have a safe trip, Victor Marrero. Thank you so much again for your support and having that icon next to your name, but make sure you're safe. So basically, if we aren't there by then, the NatG, then what happens? Victor Marrero, then we go for a lower node. So whatever we reach, if we reach 4,500, if we reach 5,750, that means we'll get a NatG and another node. How about that? We go past 4,500. Let's go for 7,000 where we can get 2 nodes. But no, the answer to the question, as I set it up, if we don't, like, it all depends on what number we get to. If we fall, well, we can fall short of the 4,500. That, I mean, if we get 4,250 or in the 4,000 range, no problem. We'll still be getting the NatG node. But if we fall to where what happened earlier, let's just say we fall to 2,500. Well, now if we get to 2,500, then that means I talked about GLG, I talked about aluminum, but next food is going to be a priority. So agriculture, the grow, is 2,500 for that node. So that would be recommended. So we're going to go down. We'll go down to wherever we're at. So if we only have 1,500, then that means it's going to be DLG, which is the gold rewards. You heard what the founder said. You can actually trade your rewards in for actual grams of physical gold, which is awesome. So I'm just saying that's pretty awesome as far as I'm concerned. But hopefully you understand, Victor Marrero. So if you want out, well, it'll be done before you get back. But just let me know. So that's the whole point of this. If we don't reach the goal like last time, whatever we got up to. So we got up to enough to get the XPLR node. So hopefully this time we actually get to the NatG node. All right, which is 4,500. If we fall short, we go down to the next level node. Make it simple. All right. So there we go. Because I have DLG on the thing, which is 1,500. And I have something else that I talked about, but the grow I forgot is 2,500. So if we make 25, there's lots to talk about if we don't reach our 4,500 goal, because then there could be 2 different nodes, right? So there'll be a lot to talk about. Okay, I don't mind sending additional funds if we're close. We should invest in another node to spread the risk. Don't pull all the eggs into the same basket. Victor Marrero, that's exactly the point. So like I said, the goal is we're shooting, everybody understands, we're trying to get that 4,500. So like Victor said, if we get to 4,000, I'm putting in some, somebody else might throw in some, but either way, if we get to 4, we're getting a 4,500 node. Let's just put it that way. That's going down anyhow. But if we fall short, like 2,500, then okay, then we'll go for the grow token, which is 2,500. I didn't have that in the original, but might as well, or the DLG. That should be the grow or DLG. Those should be the 2, 2,500 or 1,500. So hopefully we make it to 1,500. If we only make it to 1,250, you guys know what that means. XPLR is 1,250, and I agree with Victor Marrero as well. This is why I didn't suggest we get another XPLR. We should have a different node because there's different commodities. Remember, different commodities mean different prices. Like right now, oil, a year and a half ago, oil was worthless almost. Remember when it went down to 0? All right. Now all of a sudden you want oil, right? So commodities can change. The pricing and the valuation of commodities can have a little swing too. But generally over time, you always need those commodities, so the pricing will come back to almost a stable range. So that's why you need different commodities as far as nodes go. Same thing applies. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours, 15 minutes in. So I'm going to call it a night. And hopefully you'll come back on the Friday night live stream at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what we need to do. And I hope to see you there, where chat room's open to everybody. And don't forget to share the video, subscribe, and click the bell, the all notification bell, because again, YouTube only sends out 2,200 and something notifications out of all the subscribers we have. So needless to say, that's not a lot. All right. Unfortunately, that's like 10 or 15. That's 15% or something. So the other 85 don't even know we had a live, doesn't even know that I dropped a video like an hour or two ago. So that video dropped, and we're talking about the same thing, congratulating people that got into the XPLR and showing the back office. And again, you guys don't have to join the group. You might say, I want a node by myself, use the IX Global. I forgot this, Laverne Penix, if you're still here, let me know what has transpired in the back office. Remember, they changed the back office, and it just came up like today, which is another weird thing. It came up, put it back down, reset it, redid it, maintenance came up over the last 2-3 days. So if you wanted to get in on the rental node program that they have, which is not recommended, quite frankly, when you do the numbers, it kind of doesn't make sense, because it doesn't make sense. And you have to be a member in order to get into the rental node. And they only have 2,500 first, and you have to be a member to get in on the rental node. Now, it's not bad. If the numbers stay the same, then you will net $200, possibly $250 per month. So that's not bad from a $250 investment. So that's not bad. But you have to be a member in order of IX Global in order to be able to get in on their $250 rental. This is not a rental that we're talking about. You actually are going to own part of the node. So therefore, you get the rewards. All right. And perpetual rewards. Unlike rentals are only 30, 60, 90 days, and they're charging $250 for every 30 days for the rental. And you can only do 3 months max. After your 3 months is over, you get on a waiting list. I don't really recommend that, but to each his own. Everybody has a different investment or a different way that they look at doing what they want to do with their money. So if you want a rental and you're going to get that $200, $250 or something every month, it could be worth it. It is worth it, actually. Let's call it what it is. All right. So we're going to wrap this up, and I'm taking it Laverne Penix is not still with us, because I need to know if I need to get you out of the holding tank, because you should not be in the holding tank, because I don't want to place people. So it should have just been, you should be good now. Or send me an email if you see this afterwards. Or if Mrs. Cool sees this, tell Mr. Cool to send me an email. Let me know if he got in on IX Global. I have not received anything from IX Global saying, well, maybe it's in junk or something. I don't know I haven't received anything myself. So I wouldn't have known. Yeah, there's nothing here. So I don't know what that's about, but I haven't received anything saying you signed up. So let me know, because that's weird. That's kind of weird. Unfortunately, I get kind of worried when nothing happens. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it. Oh, I sent you an email. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. And I'd appreciate also, well, send me, I don't know if you can show a screenshot, but show me a screenshot too. But either way, we'll get it worked out, and I'll stay on top of it. as we go throughout the evening. But I'm still a little concerned that I haven't received any message or notifications. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, again, please like, please subscribe, please click the bell so you get the latest updates. And like I say, it's hard out here. So we have to get that passive income, whether it takes us group economics, joining forces, or we can still do it solo. But you're going to need that passive income for the rest of your life. This is the Roman Empire. It's falling down. All right. So make sure. I sent an email today to Conner Rock Operations. Did you know we get special pricing at the Hard Rock Hotel as owners of the Conner Rock? Nice perk. Yes. Are you referring to the all-inclusive portion? Because remember, we talked about that before. What are you talking about? Are you talking about like the Awaken the Senses eating experience where we get discounts because it's all inclusive? Or are you saying, I don't even know what you're saying? Because the all-inclusive band, you get a discount on that. So you can actually put that into your guest for your rental. You can add the guests and say, hey, we got you all inclusive for whether it's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days included in your rental. That would be beneficial. Or are you referring to like Awaken the Senses or some, because I actually don't know what the Hard Rock has. I don't even know. I know you can go to the casino, but I don't even know if you can you do a la carte at the Hard Rock? I don't even know if you can do a la carte. Can you just go in? I don't think so. Anyhow, I don't know. Can you just go in and eat at the, like I call it Benihana's? Can you go eat at Benihana's or go eat at any restaurant and just pay them there? Because I don't think you can do that. But anyhow, let me know. Yes, we get like 40% off per night at the Hard Rock. Oh, that's cool. I like that. But okay, that's cool. Which actually makes it unique because now, even if you're there and you're staying there and then somebody is online or contacts you or whatever and says, hey, I'll rent your place out, and you're charging $400 or $500 a night, you'll be like, okay, it's available. And then you'll get your 40% off and go stay at the Hard Rock because you're charging more than what it costs to stay at the Hard Rock. I mean, that could happen. That's happened to me several times. I've been staying at places and somebody calls me up going, I need to check in today. Can you get me a spot? And since I charge $300-400 at the place I'm staying at, $300 or $400 a night, it's worth it to me because I can just go stay somewhere else across town for $50 to $100 because I have owner discounts. And so I'm just like, hell yeah, $400 a night, no problem. How many nights you need? And then all I do is pay housekeeping, $50-60. And then the room is as good as new. So I like that. I really like that. As owners of Conner Rock Apartments, Conner Rock has a contract going on with the Hard Rock Hotel. Yes, we can do one restaurant in the lobby, plus we can do Oro nightclub and the casino. Okay, Oro nightclub and casino, that's cool. And we can do one restaurant in the lobby. That's cool too. I like that. That's a benefit that I can get with. I like what they're doing. Okay. I love it. That's awesome to hear, Victor Marrero. That's really awesome to hear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you once again for being here. And I look forward to hearing from you, Laverne Penix. Remember, support at stopstrugglingnow.com or Eric at stopstrugglingnow.com. Either way, please send me that. Send the email there. I would greatly appreciate it. And we'll see where we go for that. Folks, that Rent My Place can go to the Oro nightclub, casino, and eat at the one restaurant every night. They just can't go to the back of the resort. No shocker. It's okay. That's pretty cool. Are you okay? The casino and Oro, are you saying you can get in for free? Casino you can, Oro nightclub you can, but you're saying they'll allow you to eat at the restaurant at no additional cost? Wow. That is a bonus. Man, all people would want to do is go to the casino because the casino is nice. It's a nice casino for being at the Hard Rock. And Oro nightclub, Yeah, people go party there. So that would be awesome. This is awesome to hear, Victor Marrero. Man, that's awesome to hear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, some new excitement for the Connor Rock crew. That's right. So we'll talk about that on Friday night as well, even though Victor Marrero will be long gone on his trip to Europe. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off. And again, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.